All right, fourth part, almost done. Um, it's funny because I was saying on the thread about how finishing this project felt like I was finishing like a master's thesis. Like it's huge. Like I feel like I just handed in a 100-page paper, or got done with this great big exam, or it feels like it's epic. It's huge. Well, now I have a matching video podcast. This podcast is now epic. This is I'm on to the fourth part. Um, so anywho, I did 2 rounds single crochet all the way around to finish it off, um, and then finished weaving in all the ends yesterday. Um, so I used Knit Night to weave in ends, which worked really well because it's kind of weaving in ends is kind of mind numbing, so it's nice to do when you get people to chat with. I took this blanket so many places. My son has preschool for one morning a week, so when he's at preschool, I go to a little coffee shop up the street. So I took it there. It's been to many knit nights. There's another coffee shop someplace else. There's different times when my dad will come and watch my son for a few hours, so I'll head out and grab a cup of coffee and put on some podcasts, knitting podcasts on my iPod and seam away at this other coffee shop. Besides, of course, the pizza place it's been to. Several squares came from, half the squares went to Deborah's house to be seamed, and then out to her son's house in Western New York State. And then the squares themselves, they came from all over the place. They're from as far away as Australia, China, Ireland, all over the US, all over Canada. In addition to the blanket, we also are giving Susan, it's called a Wordle, Wordle. You could put a bunch of words into this application on this website, and it comes up with this kind of cool, like artsy looking way of putting all these words together. So Starry Night, who's from Canada, on the forum, she took the responsibility of doing that part of it. So she collected everyone's names, Ravelry names, so that Susan will have this really cool little like word art of who contributed to it, and then also this really cool one of where we're all from. So she'll know exactly where the blanket came from. And we also, part of doing this too, it wasn't just because we want Susan to have her own knitted gift. We're also doing it because she's so wonderful. She's so amazing. She spends so much time with each of us. She's so inspiring to us. We really enjoy being a part of her life. And there are times when, she's a mom of 4 kids. She's always got a book going on that she's working on. Then sometimes at the same time, she's got another book that's just coming out that she's promoting. She's got the Spud and Chloe site, the blog site that she does. She's coming up with free patterns for that all the time. A lot of times she's doing stuff for different magazines. I mean, she has so much going on. And sometimes it gets a little overwhelming, and sometimes it's a little hard to manage all of it. And sometimes she gets, a little bit down, a little bit stressed out, a lot going on. And we want her very much to remember at those times how much we love her and how much we appreciate everything she does and how generous she is with herself and her talent, and what a great role model she is for us in so many ways. And we want to make sure that when she's feeling stressed out, she can wrap herself up in the blanket, or she can go and look at the word art and know who contributed to this and how much we really appreciate what she's brought to our lives, and thank you for that. So yeah, and now she has this blanket to do that with, and all those cards and letters that people wrote. She's kind of feeling stressed out or overwhelmed or down. She's got all that to look at too. So yeah, I'll do some pictures of the blanket because it's going to be next to impossible to show this way, but at least you can kind of get, it's all folded up. You can kind of get an idea. You can see over here is the border. I have it folded up in fourths, basically. It's so heavy. You will not believe how heavy this blanket is. And it's just huge. It's absolutely huge. I love it. I had to switch from my regular knitting bag to my overnight weekend bag to carry it around. Actually had somebody in a coffee shop kind of make fun of me over that. So it's just, I don't know, this whole blanket just has such a great story to it. I'm so excited by it. The other piece I forgot to tell you. When I was in New York City last March and met Susan, I also met her sister and her brother, who happened to be there too. So in order to really, really, really surprise Susan, I decided to try and find her sister and see if she remembered me and explain to her what we were doing and mail it to her instead, and then have her give it to Susan. And hopefully, I'm hoping they were able to do this, video her reaction of it being opened so that we can all see it, because we're like, you know how much fun it is to give a present that you know someone's really, really going to love, and, you know, watching their reaction and seeing their face light up and all of that. And we really want that. We want to see that. And it's, I'm hoping it goes off as planned. I'm hoping that we're able to get that reaction, and that Susan puts it up on her blog so we can all see it, because it's like half the fun is watching someone open, you know, this wonderful gift that you've worked so hard on, that you just know they're going to love, you know. She will love it. She's gonna go bananas over it. So yeah, and also on her blog, she just finished up a quilt that's all these bright, cheery, sunny colors, which matches the other chair that she often uses as a backdrop for photos. That chair's like pinks and greens, so it's kind of fun that she now has a blanket that matches each of her chairs. So that was kind of cool. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Oh, and the shipping. Yeah, this blanket's really, 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 really heavy. And I had some people say to me, you know, that they'd like to contribute the shipping costs, which I really appreciate. We have kind of a tight budget. And, you know, I'd make it work, I'd make it happen, but it's definitely helpful if people want to contribute to that. So I said, yeah, you know, I've got a PayPal account. It's probably the easiest way, especially if it's different currencies. If people want to, you know, just drop couple dollars in my PayPal account, that'd be great. Well, over the course of like 3 days, like everyone, I think close to everyone that contributed to the blanket, as well as people that didn't, that caught on too late or just didn't have the time or whatever, dropped money in my PayPal account. And I obviously haven't shipped it yet. I have the blanket right here, but I'm sure it's more than enough to cover shipping. And I kind of started getting a little nervous that I didn't want to make a profit off of this, and was kind of like, oh, okay, I think we have enough. And then people started saying, well, actually, we're kind of hoping you'd get more, and maybe you could do something for yourself. Go get a, you know, prenatal massage or a facial, or, you know, make a Starbucks run, or, you know, whatever. So that was also really, really, really nice too. And the entire group and the thread has been so supportive and so motivating and so helpful. If I went on to kvetch a little or celebrate a little or keep them updated or put up a photo or two or whatever. I mean, they've really, really kept me motivated in this, and, you know, I really appreciate that. So here we are, November 6th. It's Saturday. I wanted to get this taped. I wanted to get a bunch of pictures down, which my husband needs to help me with, because this blanket's so huge. There's nowhere I can put it in my entire house where I can completely and totally lay it out and take a picture. There's literally nowhere. So my plan is to have him, we'll go outside where there's really good light, and he'll just hold it up as, you know, reach up as high as he can, hold it up, and hopefully I can fit it all in one photo. It's huge. It's really cool. And then I need to print out the Wordles and get them in the box. And we have just a great big giant plain white box. I'm thinking my son and I might decorate it a little bit. And then my plan is to get it to the post office on Monday and send it off. And so hopefully within the week, you know, it'll get to Susan's sister, and then hopefully they're able to arrange something where they can tape her opening it. And hopefully you know, I would think within the next 2 weeks, she should know, and hopefully we'll have her reaction, and then we can throw this up on the internet as well. So it's really cool. I'm so excited. It's such an awesome project. So many people have come together in so many different ways, and it's all out of our, you know, love and respect and admiration for, you know, for Susan and all that she does. So yay! Talk about feel good. So yeah, so thank you everyone who's helped and who's contributed, and thank you to Susan's sister as well for her assistance in kind of sneaking around and helping us do this too. I also have taken great joy and pleasure out of kind of having the secret and kind of figuring out ways to make things happen. And I guess, you know, it's that you know, kind of cool, sneaky, you know, part that's kind of fun to tiptoe around and do stuff. So yeah, so this is all just so exciting, and I'm so glad I was able to share it with everybody and kind of give you the backstory on all of it. And thanks so much, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.